Good evening and welcome. In our news for tonight, His Majesty the King bids farewell to Kuwait's Emir at the conclusion of his state visit. His Majesty the King receives Ireland's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Defence Minister and discusses regional development. And following a royal decree, the chairperson of the Independent Election Commission says the parliamentary elections is slated for September the 10th of this year. Those were our headlines, and now for the news in details. His Majesty King Abdullah bid farewell to Kuwait Emir Sheikh Mishal Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah at Marka Airport. At the conclusion of a two-day state visit to Jordan, His Highness Prince Mir'ad bin Ra'ad, Chief Royal Counselor at the Royal Hashemite Court, the escort of honor to Sheikh Mishal, the Prime Minister, the Chief of the Royal Hashemite Court, the Director of the Office of His Majesty, a number of senior officials, Jordan's ambassador to Kuwait, and the Kuwaiti ambassador in Jordan were also present to see the Kuwaiti Emir off. His Majesty King Abdullah II today received Ireland's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign and Defence Minister, Michael Martin. The meeting covered current developments in the region, with His Majesty reaffirming the need to step up efforts to de-escalate in order to avoid expanding regional conflict. The King stressed the importance of reaching an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza, as well as the protection of civilians and maintaining the flow of aid, noting that the catastrophic humanitarian conditions facing Gazans require immediate international action. The King also stressed the importance of an international recognition of the Palestinian state, especially by European countries. His Majesty King Abdullah has ordered holding elections for the House of Representatives in accordance with the law. Coinciding with the decree, His Majesty visited the Independent Election Commission, IEC, and met with its president and board of commissioners to check on preparations to administer and oversee the electoral process. During the meeting, the King urged the IEC's Board of Commissioners and staff to work to ensure the success of the electoral process, calling for zero tolerance of any violations. His Majesty stressed that Jordan is embarking on an important stage of political modernization, which is the beginning of a new phase of platform-based partisan and parliamentary action. For his part, Chairman of the IEC, Musa Al-Maaita, announced the Commission's decision to set Tuesday, September the 10th of this year as the date for voting in the parliamentary elections. He added that the stages of the electoral process begun by requesting a list of voters from the Civil Status and Passports Department in order to distribute voters to places of their permanent residence. He also said there will be approximately 1,600 polling and counting centers distributed over 18 electoral districts. In implementation of the directives of His Majesty King Abdullah, Prime Minister Bishr al-Khassaune instructed all ministries and government agencies to provide all support and capabilities to the Independent Electoral Commission to conduct the parliamentary elections ordered by His Majesty. During a cabinet session, al-Khassaune said that the parliamentary elections are an important and fundamental milestone that represent the first political pillar of the comprehensive modernization project led by His Majesty the King and supported by His Royal Highness Crown Prince Al Hussein. That is the end of our news for tonight. Thank you for watching.